So this PowerPoint is over the history of bilingual education. It's created by me, Claire. Um, and in this PowerPoint, I'm just going to talk about different events and laws or cases that happened over the years that impacted the education of ELLs. So the first one I want to talk about happened in 1919. There wasn't a specific law or case or anything that happened, but in this year, Texas legislature made it a criminal offense to teach in any language other than English. And so this led to English-only instruction, and children were punished for using any language other than English in schools. And so obviously this was harmful for ELLs. In 1923, the Meyer versus Nebraska case took place. And in this case, the teacher's crime was reading a Bible story in German to a 10-year-old. And so the court references the Constitution in saying that its rights extend to all, including those that speak languages other than English. And so basically that teacher's crime wasn't actually a crime. And the significance of this is that the U.S. Supreme Court banned laws that restrict teaching of foreign languages. In 1954, we have the case Brown versus Board. An African-American student, Linda Brown, was denied access to public school because of her race. And this is clearly discrimination. And the significance of this case is that it bans segregation of public schools. And so this helped ELLs because they're going to be more integrated into public schooling after this. In 1958, we have the National Defense Act. This act was passed in response to Sputnik. That was the Soviet Union, the satellite they put in space. And so this kind of started the space race. And so this was the first effort at a national level of the US to strengthen math, science, and foreign language instruction. And so the significance of this is that it authorized the first federal subsidies for foreign language instruction. And so now ELLs are going to be able to go to school and get instruction in their native language. In 1964, we have the Civil Rights Act. The significance of this is that it banned race, sex, and national origin discrimination in public facilities. So no more discrimination. And this will clearly improve schooling for ELLs because they will be more integrated in school. And yes. In 1968, we have the Bilingual Education Act. This act authorized resources to support educational programs, train teachers and aides, develop instructional materials, and encourage parental involvement for students that are ELL. And so the significance of this act is that it was the U.S. government's first commitment to assisting students with limited English skills and really putting in place some things to help with that. In 1969, this is another year where this isn't a specific law or anything that was passed, but it was still an event that contributed or that affected ELL education. And so in this year, Texas decriminalizes teaching in languages other than English. So before there was that year where Texas criminalized teaching in languages other than English, and then this year they took that back. And so thanks to that, ELLs are more accommodated for because in schools, teachers can use instruction that isn't English in order to accommodate them and differentiate for them. In 1970, we have the Lau versus Nichols case. And so in this case, a lawyer learned that one of his client's children was failing in school because he couldn't understand the language of instruction, English. And so that lawyer claims that children were being denied education on equal terms because of their limited English skills. And so in this case, the court ruled that students who do not understand English are not receiving equality of treatment in their educational experience by all students getting the same facilities, textbooks, teachers, and curriculum. So basically, even though all students were being treated equally, students who are not proficient in English were not getting an equal educational experience because they don't understand English. And so the significance of this is that it led to regulation of differentiation in the classroom for ELLs. In 1998, we have Proposition 227. And so this dismantled most of California's bilingual education programs, and it reduced the time in special classes for limited English proficient students. The significance of this is that it integrated ELLs into regular classes more quickly. And here's my sources cited page, and that is it.